So once you're aware of something, then you get to choose, how you respond to it or what else you want to do. And it's constantly learning that, and the exact example that you just gave about decorating the Christmas tree, like I've done that same thing where I'm like, okay, we just got to get the tree decorated. And it's like, why? Who cares if it takes like, half an hour or 4 hours? Like, it's the experience of doing it. And, it's interesting to hear you reflect back to me and, my comfort or acknowledgement of the idea that like, this is it. Like, I don't know that I've used those words before, and hearing you use that phrase, I mean, it makes it very clear. Like the poignancy of that is super clear. And, there's the amazing like magic of that, which is I'm being in the present moment, with someone that I love, doing something that, matters to me, decorating the Christmas tree, having a conversation, giving someone my full attention, looking at them, and it also for me reminds me that of the opposite, right? Like things can only be true through the opposite. So, knowing that this is it is also because we know that it's finite, right? And, we've experienced a lot of loss in the last couple of years with our dad and our sister, and, and those, it's not, that's not the only reason that I know it, and like, I just feel like if anyone like forgets it, like the universe is right there to remind you, like,
Yeah.
hey, and I talk about that Bruce Nauman piece, pay attention, mother, because that's what it's about, it's like, are you here? It's the Mary Oliver, like, what are you going to do with your one, precious life or whatever the
Yeah.
quote is. So,
Yeah, and it's interesting when you hear that, Mary Oliver. I mean, because you also can, there's a part of me that also says, okay, yeah, so are you doing enough? That's are you doing enough? Are you using up your candle or whatever that George Bernard Shaw, your brief candle, or um, and that can also take you. It's weird because that can take me out and go like, no, I'm not doing enough. I'm just decorating the tree. I need to go back to my desk and I need to. But then I like to think that the more I can be present with the things and acknowledge something mattering and acknowledging connection and life and appreciating things, that when I do feel the impulse to sit down, it's not a chore like homework, and it's something that I'm inspired to do. And so when I sit down and do that, I can really be present with that. I'm not really kind of giving it lip service or just doing grunt work that feels like a real struggle to get through. Um, I'm not saying I'm an expert at this at all, but I think that is the way it makes the most sense to me.